We can start.
Okay, good evening, everyone. I believe everyone can hear me. Please, if you can see my screen, just do what is on the screen so that I'll confirm that yes, you can see my screen clearly. If you can see my screen, just the words there. There's a simple instruction. There's a simple instruction on my screen. Okay. Thank you very much. This confirms that we are together. This confirms that we are together. So quickly, this is more like a discussion rather than a training or something too serious. I know that as first sons, we are too used to serious things. But I actually don't want this to be just me discussion. I actually want it to be an all discussion. I'm just facilitating the session, meaning that everybody else has something to contribute. Okay, so this is just a simple icebreaker. So, what small decision changed your life? I mean, just something small. Anybody can unmute. If you still want me to just call names at random, I can still do that. Please, just one person can just unmute and just tell us one thing, no matter how small it is, something very little.
Okay,
All
let me
right, someone has
share.
unmuted. Yeah, please go ahead. Thank you
Okay,
very much.
that's it. My name is Sinon. So, and one of the little change that changed my life that I can remember is the day I decided to take ICT serious. That single decision is part of what transformed my whole life. As far back as 2006, I just finished junior work. I told my father, I want to go to computer school. My father was like, no problem. Anything you want to do, I'll support you. And that computer school became a starting point for the love of IT in my life. And till date, it's still a transformation point for me till date. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. That was very strategic and easy to share. So you see, I believe any other person can go ahead. Okay, Toby, please go ahead and share with us just one decision, one small decision that changed your life. Toby, your
Well,
hand
thank
was
you
up.
very much. Yeah, thank you very much, sir. I wouldn't say something changed my life per se because my life is still is still in the process, right? But then something that actually gave me up towards that change was the fact that yeah, let me just say hunger, right? The fact that I'm always very inquisitive. I'm always, in fact, my friends even would even say I'm sapiosexual because I'm very addicted to anything that has to do with intelligence. So I think with that, I've been able to get myself into different waters, and I'm actually getting better day by day to the glory of God. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. So that is actually something. You see, small decisions can just change everything. For someone to be able to have something that changed their life by simply choosing something as little as ICT, it might look like something too small, but look at how far it has gone and how family also supported it. That's also a small decision because if family have said no, don't do this, somehow it's going to affect. And look at how Toby's ability to, try more, keep doing things, and just be dogged has also helped him, according to him, that his life is still growing, is still changing. One thing I know is that life is always changing, it's never constant. Yesterday was Friday, today is Saturday, tomorrow is going to be Sunday. So it means that it is always changing. So quickly, let's just check what we call the firstborn identity. firstborn identity. I believe, like I said from beginning, this is going to be more of a discussion than just a training. So you can see what's on my screen. Type pressure if being firstborn has ever felt heavy. If it has ever felt heavy, just type pressure. So the core idea is that pressure often comes from, comes before preparation. Just let's see. Suppose let's also say, scream the pressure very well. Same here. I think I have to also type that pressure. In fact, the pressure is a daily stuff. It's a daily stuff. So this means that we are on the same page. Truly, we have actually, yes, has always been heaven, even to today. Seriously, I can relate. So it means that we are actually on the same page. We are actually discussing something that is really, really our identity. You can't just run away from it. Someone said, responsibility won't buy responsible man. Except you want to be irresponsible, then you can actually run away from this pressure. But are you really running away? But if you want to be responsible, I think this responsibility just lies on you naturally. And that is something that we want to sit down this evening, discuss, and see how we can get better with it all. We are not saying that we're going to cure it, or we have any solution. We're only saying that we have steps that can make it better, that can make it easier. And this evening, if you stay with me till the end, you will be able to go out with something that will stay with you for a very, very long time. So at this point, I'll introduce myself. My name is Chinedu Izundu. I purposely did not say anything because I just wanted to be, everybody to be with me first. My name is Chinedu Izundu Atino, and I run Atino Crafts, a place where we do branding, printing, and everything beautiful at a very convenient way, or in a very convenient way. So when Chimex shared this topic in the group, I saw it immediately. It rang a bell. I mean, small change, big impact. Oh, this is something that I look forward to. So when he said if there's anyone that is going to facilitate, please send a message. After like 3 days, I noticed that he has not said anything about anyone, I have to ask him. He said nobody have mentioned it. So it's okay. I think this is actually something I can relate with very well when it comes to making small decisions, and then it gives you what we call the big impact. I will share my own story of just something very little, something very similar with what the first speaker said. He said that when he chose ICT, for me, it was when I chose arts. If I didn't even choose arts, let me say, when my dad realized that I was not doing this same arts that I'm always practicing at home, this was when I was still in JSS2. He was looking at my result and asked, where is your fine arts? I want to see, what did you score? You're always drawing in this house. What did you finally score? I said, I'm not doing fine arts. He asked me why. And that's where I started explaining what I thought as a small child that time. He had to explain to me that no, go ahead and do it. For the fact that it's your passion or it comes to you naturally does not mean that you should not study it. You can go ahead and do it as a subject. And that decision changed everything for me. Yes, it changed every single thing, because like I said, people always ask, where is this name Atino coming from? Where it simply comes from, what do you know? That's the question. Whenever they ask me, what do you know? I always mention one thing, art I know. So my name is Atino because of that reason. I do hope that you can now relate very well with that name. So let's go over to the core truths. I mean, the whole stuff about this thing. Because big impacts actually comes from big actions. Sorry, big impact really comes from big actions. It comes from small, repeated decisions. So take, for example, I'm still going to ask a question. Please, if there's anybody here today that did not brush their mouth, please just type, I did not. If you know you did not brush your mouth, just type, I did not. Nobody's typing. That means everybody brushed their mouths. Everybody brushed. But you brushed yesterday. Why did you have to brush again today? So it simply means that we know that we need to brush our mouth every day so that it will get the big picture. It doesn't take more than 10 minutes. 10 minutes is even too much. I think it doesn't take more than 5 minutes to brush. But we do it every day. Some people even do it up to 3 times a day. Some people 2 times a day. Some people once a day. But to an extent, they do it every day. Then there's also something else. If you know you took your bait today, please just type baits. If you know you took your bait today, despite the fact you took your bait yesterday, if you know you took your bait again today, just type it in the comment section. If you know you took your bait today, let me see. Okay, is it only Toby that took his bait today? What of Philip? What of Joel? What of Noso? What of Daniel? Even no bait. Oh, okay. That's just to call our attention once again, because, like I said, big impact does not really come from doing big things or taking those big actions. It simply comes from doing the small things, being specific about it, things that we can repeat every day. Like this specific we are talking about, I use brushing and bathing as an example because it's cut across every one of us. Every day we brush. We are specific about brushing. Oh, don't just brush your teeth. Make sure you brush your tongue. If you have a tongue, use a tongue to scrape it, or a scraper. That's being specific. If you are bathing, don't just pour water on your body and say you've taken your bath. When you are bathing, you have to be specific with how you sponge your body, where you pay attention, and all of that. And then it's repeatable. It's a repeatable action. What we do every day. It's also visible. It's not as if we just sit down and we imagine that we've taken our bath and it happens. No, we make sure that we do it physically, so it's visible. Yes, compounding. Now, when it comes to compounding, there's a serious embarrassing story, but I'll just share it anyway because they're being vulnerable here. There was a time I went for one outside walk, and that place, they don't have a bathroom. So because of the kind of work we are doing, we usually wake up very late. Someone like me that usually bathe in a secluded area, or I will say I don't know how to just bathe in public like that. I skipped bathing for like 3 days, and immediately it compounded. My skin started reacting. Nobody told me to wake up that midnight, like early morning, and take that bath. So it started reacting. I was seeing some things on my skin. Just 3 days of skipping what I have been doing every day. So this is actually compound. So if you are doing the right thing every day, it's also compounding. Someone said that the best way to actually learn any skill is just to dedicate 30 minutes to it every day. Not sitting down and you want to learn it for 100 hours at once. No. Just every day, 30 minutes, every day. Someone like me, I'm very interested in AI, so I'm video editing. So every day, I make sure I read up something, I look for a new research, 30 minutes every day, even unconsciously, I'm doing it. And it keeps compounding. At a point, you'll be wondering, how did you have all this knowledge? So this is actually the core truth of what we are discussing this evening. We are not encouraging or asking you to do the big things, but rather the small things. And these small things, once it's specific, once it's repeatable, once it's visible, it's going to compound. And then if you can compound and the story is visible, it can be shared with others, which is actually what we are trying to do this evening, to share your experience. I share my experience, and everybody realize where they can get it easily. So I'm going to tell us a very simple story. This is also related to small action, big impact. It's very related to that. So this is my story. I used to be a classroom teacher. In fact, I've always been a classroom teacher as long as I can remember. as far back as 2010. Started teaching. Before I went for NYC, where they posted me to, I said, no, I want to still teach. I just had the passion for it. I just want to, impact lives and all of that. Yeah, so far it was a good one. But there's something, they say the older you get to realize that passion will not always pay your bills. Doesn't mean that you not throw it away. No, you're not going to throw it away. So it was actually a very simple decision I had to make when I got married. I realized that my salary was not enough for just me and my wife, and I'm going to get, I'm hoping to get children in the future. Back then, I sat down one day, I thought to myself, every month I want to buy one particular thing. I will calculate. If I mistakenly go out of budget, it becomes a crisis. So I had to ask myself, what is one thing I can do to change this whole stuff? It was never clear. The picture was not clear. The idea was not clear. In fact, nothing was clear. I was not really, prepared in quotes to start it, but I just felt like, okay, it's something I should do. With someone that I've always known that multiple streams of income is very important. However, what I wanted to do at that point is something that will still take my time, and my job takes almost 10 hours of my day every day. So I practically don't have time to do other things. Now, what is one little thing I have to do? One little thing I did was to leverage on the power of internet. Say, okay, since I don't have the energy to go out, I don't have the permission to go out of the workplace once I enter there by 7:15. I don't have the permission to go out again till 4:30. So it means that my whole day is gone. But with the internet, I can actually be out there at any time without location being a barrier. So all I simply did was just to still do the same thing I've been doing. But this time around, I am sharing the story with the world using free platform. It's so simple. It started with simply sharing, oh, I did this, I tried this, I saw this picture, I liked it, I decided to frame it. I can also try to do this for you if you are interested. It's just a very simple decision. This was now in 2023. After I've sat down to ask myself, what exactly do I really want to do for a long time that I know that people always need? And this is actually it. So that same decision is what I keep doing to tomorrow. Consistency, building trust, then it gives me income. I was consistent in posting these stories in different ways, different manners, using pictures, using text-based, using videos, practically telling one same story every day in different pattern, nothing different, nothing else. Someone said that one thing that we keep forgetting when we see people that are consistent, we think they're doing something so wide, something so extraordinary. No, they are simply sharing that same story every day in different ways. And if you think about it, it's very true. Take, for example, there is this guy. Let me be sure that we know the person. If you check the comment section, I just typed a name. If you know this name, please just confirm that you know the name. Let me type his name. If you ever come across this name, just type yes. If you've ever come across this name, check the comment section. I just dropped a name. If you've ever come across this name, just type yes. Okay, great. So I have 4 people, 5 people now who have come across this name, 6 people now. This is awesome. Now, what does this mean? 7 people now. Okay, 1 person said no. So inside 8 people, we have only 1 person that said no. What does this person do? He simply shares one thing every day in different ways. And what he shares is moral. Simple. That's what he does. He only shares morals in different ways, funny ways, serious way, in different ways. But he's just practically sharing that same message every day. And if you doubt me, sit down, go through any of his videos, maybe like 10 or 20 of his videos. You'll notice that that same core message is repeating, which is what we call consistency. So it now attracts people who are interested in that kind of message. This is the same thing with the algorithm. And just in case you have not really built any, maybe you've not built any page for a long time, or you got frustrated after a while, you say, this thing is not working, it's not growing. It's simply because the algorithm have not understand your core message. Your core message is what you should be sharing every day, consistently, repeatedly, in different ways, not sharing it in the same way. Today, Jesus is Lord. Tomorrow, Jesus is Lord. Yes, we know Jesus is Lord. Yes, tomorrow, Jesus is the master. Next tomorrow, Jesus is our teacher. I keep saying the same thing, but in different ways. And that is exactly what happens here. It creates trust. And that trust will now bring forth what we call income. How does this income comes? It comes from people coming to you to see that I've realized that you are so good with this thing. Can you help me with this? I'm having problem with this, that. And it keeps giving you ideas. Take, for example, in 2022 or so, Timex keeps sharing finance, 30 days, money, this. So now, whenever I want to think about stock, I simply go to his YouTube channel. I'm not someone that know how to comment on YouTube like that, but I simply go there to watch. So, okay, let me see which stock. How will I open this? Why? Because he has been consistent with it, and then that trust has come in. Then there's also someone here, I think Daniel. That was the time he was consistently posting watches. One time I wanted to buy watch. I said, let me go and check this guy's status if I'll see which watch to buy. Now, it might look like people are not noticing it, but they are noticing it. They might not say anything. They're actually still watching. And one day, one person will get to trust you with that stuff, and it's now used to income. So back to my story. I'm just trying to tell you that everything I did is not something, it's not a big deal. It's just one thing every day, telling the stories, showing videos behind the scenes, how I do this, how I source my materials, how you can actually get this, how I tried this in my house and it's looking this, stuff. It's actually in the boring things. It might look boring, but it's not boring because you are sharing the same story in different ways. And that led me to sit down at the end of 2023 and I asked myself, which one is paying me more? Is it the monthly salary, or is it the sales I get that comes in, some days 5K, some days 12K, some days 100K, some days it just keeps coming different. And I looked at it, I was like, because I track this thing, which is still about consistency. I track every income. I track every expenses. I've been doing this for a long time, and it's something I learned in 2022 from the 30 days money challenge. That's why I say that after this discussion today, if you are ready, you'll be able to live with this discussion and what we're going to learn here today from all of us for a very long time. I've been doing this since 2022 till date, which is 2026. So this is 4 years of practicing. At every point in that, I can tell you that this is what I spent in December. This is what I made in December. This is what I spent in January. That consistency, it builds trust. Even yourself, you start trusting yourself because you know your abilities. At times, let me ask us this question. Have you felt like you're not really doing things, like maybe you're not actually earning well? You are feeling somehow like you're not really getting it right. But when you now go back to, if you're someone that keeps a diary, if you're someone that keeps a tracker, you go back there, you see the amount of money that have passed through your account. You'll be like, wait, so I didn't try you. Has it ever happened to you before? Just type yes if it has. You say, wait, I've had this amount of money that passed my account. Really? No, it's not bad. I'm not that bad. I'm actually trying. Has it happened to any of you before? Let me know. Just type yes or no if it has. Okay, you see, Toby is laughing. He say yes, yes, yes. So it happens to every one of us. That's because that's because there is actually a so okay, please confirm you can hear me. My name, please, if there's anyone that can hear me. Oh my God! Please on your hotspot for me. Sorry, on your hotspot. Okay, please confirm you can hear me. I just saw the message. Yakubu, you will not die. Seriously, oh? You will not die. You will not die. Is this still breaking or can you hear me clearly? Please just confirm. Can you hear me clearly? Okay, okay. Thank you, Joel. You say you can hear me. Does anybody, is it breaking from any other person's end? Is it breaking from any other person's end or can you hear me? Please confirm, 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 confirm. I want to get one more confirmation. If you can hear me, just type yes. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, that's the confirmation. So back to our discussion. Before the network tried to kick us out, you see, there's something Chijoke shared. He said that he checked last year and he saw 10.5 million naira. But you'll be like, where this money? I've not seen it. But the money actually entered your account. It means that what you do every day, little by little, it's actually compounding. And you might not see the results immediately. That's why many people that want to go to the gym, they start after 1 week. The muscle never come. I beg, this is not for me. They will stop. But it actually compound over a long period of time. And that's why we have to really, really encourage small actions, just everything, small actions, not beating yourself too much that you have to get it all big. It has to be so dramatic. Just like someone was explaining that sometimes we Christians, I believe everyone here is a Christian, we tend not to believe that God has answered our prayer because the miracle we are expecting is not dramatic. We are expecting one dramatic answer. We are expecting one dramatic change, which happens at times, but most of the time, it doesn't happen dramatically. It happens little by little. Take, for example, you prayed, oh God, I need a house. I need this house. But the fact that you pray that prayer today does not mean that tomorrow you just get that house. It might even be when you've forgotten about it, when you are doing something else in a place where you're not thinking about house. Someone just bring up the discussion, be like, oh, that's true. I actually have so house. I want to give it away at a surprise. And you were like, wait, this is actually what I'm looking for. The place where you don't expect it, it happens and you get it. So when you now sit back to think about it, did God answer your prayer? Yes. Was it dramatic? No. But did it happen? Of course, it does happen. So this is actually my story. It was something small that I moved from to something more stable. And yes, to be very honest, I stated it from beginning that if I should go out of my budget at any point in 2022, we go here only. But right now, with kids, you can't really stay tight on your budget because one or two unforeseen circumstances just creep up. But because you have something that is, you know, kicking it every day, it comes back. Somehow it just comes back. One way or the other, it comes back. So you're no longer tied to just one thing. You are now getting it right, and it keeps improving and improving and improving every single time. And when most of my former colleagues, especially the males, the females don't usually ask me those questions, but the males, which is why I'm so interested whenever I have a male, you know, sharing a story, even that I know that men don't speak out, but whenever a man is sharing a story, I want to take my time to, you know, listen carefully and give the little solution I can. And if I don't have a solution, I'll say, bro, you're not alone in this journey. We are also looking for the solution, but it's something that we'll find very soon. They keep asking me that question. How are you sure that this thing will continue? How are you sure that this thing will continue making you money if you don't resign? How are you sure that you'll be able to, you know, not get stranded at any point? There's one answer I always give them. I say, how are you sure that this school will not close tomorrow? So I know it's not closed. I say, why? How are you sure it will not close? Because every day we are doing the little things, or the school owners are doing the little things they need to do for that school to keep running. What is the little things? They make sure that teachers come every day, little actions that compound over the years. They make sure that they actually enter their classes, little actions that compound over the years. They make sure that they teach what is in the curriculum and also the right things, little actions that compound over the year. They make sure that they are doing these things every single day. And that is why immediately a term ends, or immediately a calendar year end or a session end, they are giving you the calendar for the next session, meaning that it is predictable, meaning that it is repeatable, meaning that it is visible. So this is actually what keeps this. That's simply what faith means. Faith is simply doing what you need to do every day, and then just knowing that it's going to work out as long as you are doing what you are doing, what you need to do every single day. Okay. So let's put this in a way that even after now, everybody will be able to remember that something, you know, this is all about small changes, big impact. So I just created a framework around it, the impact framework. So this is actually the principle behind small changes that create big results. This simple stuff. This is actually what you should remember after this discussion tonight. If you don't remember anything, just remember impact. And I'll be explaining what each of them means, what I means, what M stands for, what P is going to give us, what A is going to come out with, what C is, and what T also is. So before I go to the next slide, can anyone just try and guess what I means in this framework called impact? From everything we've been discussing for the past, let me say 30 minutes. Can anyone try? Just guess. Let's see. What do you think I is? Just type what comes to your mind. It's very important. It's very okay. No wrong or right answer. We can actually gain some knowledge from that. So I need Chibueze to type one thing. Okay, intuition from Toby. Thank you very much. Chibueze, type one. Daniel, type one. I need you to type something that starts with I. Everybody must participate in this one. Chijioke, just type. I'm not going to do it for all, but just for the first one. Chijioke, Bernard, type one. Just type one word that comes to your mind when it comes to, okay. Importunity. Okay, that's from Philip. Yes. Chime Chinonso, type one. Oga Joel, type one. Peter Nnole, please type one. Intentional. Okay, thank you very much. I'm still waiting for my other people that have not said anything. Type one. I'm waiting for you. Insightful. Thank you, Chibueze. Toby, you've not typed anything yet. Peter Nnole, you've not typed. I'm not saying, if you notice, I'm not saying anyone should say anything. Just type something. Because you might be in a noisy place. You don't want to unmute your mic. Okay. Insightful, intentional, intuition, intentional, as repeated 3 times. Okay. Insightful, important, interest. Okay. Thank you very much for participating so far. This is actually something that is going to help us. It means that we are all in line because interest is there, very important. Intentional, it might be intentional. It might also be important, yeah, insightful, intuition. Now let's look at it. Let's see which one comes first. So we have initiative, which is also synonymous to intuition. So thank you very much for participating in that. So what we have first is what we call initiative, okay? Initiative. So in this impact framework, the first letter, which is I, stands for initiative. You have to start before you feel ready. That's why you notice I shared my story with you and I said I was never prepared. I was never sure. I didn't hear one voice from heaven say, "Go forth, my son. This is the way to go." I didn't. There was nothing dramatic about it. I was actually confused. I was very unsure. I was like, okay, which one? Should we? Should we not? Okay, let's try. And small beginnings actually unlocks momentum. That's one truth. Small beginnings. It doesn't matter if the idea is not looking all fresh, it's not looking all bogus, it's not looking clear. You just learn on the job. Okay, learn on the job. That's what I try to say. Readiness sometimes is fear wearing makeup because it looks like you are ready, but the truth is that even when people ask, how are you doing this thing? How are you surviving this thing? It simply means that it's not as if we are ready. It's just fear that is wearing makeup that is looking like we are ready. Someone asked me just the other day, I went for a wedding, say, guy, how do you people even, so all of you, how did you manage? What gave you the courage to even get married? You've not finished taking care of. I've not finished taking care of myself. I want to go ask somebody else. I started laughing. Other people started laughing. I said, well, I used to ask the same question. I remember when I said that until I start earning 50,000 naira before I will ever get married. This was in 2010 or so. Or was it in 2000? No, not 2010. This was in 2007 or so. Yeah, a lot of it, almost 20 years ago. I said that stuff and it looked like a very big money. It's like, let me say 500K of today. But did I actually start? Did I actually get married when I was earning up to that amount? No. That's the truth. I didn't. It simply means that I just decided that, you know what, we can do this. Let's go ahead and do it. Not because anyone is ready. I'm not sure there's anybody that have really gone into marriage. Thank God we are all men here, so we can relate with this very well. I'm not sure there's any young man that have really gone into marriage completely ready. I don't think so. Please, if there's any married man here that went into marriage completely ready, I'm so sure that you can do this. There was no single doubt. Please, you can go ahead and just tell me that I am lying. If not, if I don't get to say any message, that means I'm actually saying the right thing. So this is actually what initiative means. Just take the initiative. It doesn't matter the situation right now. It doesn't matter what's going on right now. Just like I asked from beginning, if you know you're feeling the pressure, type pressure. Oh man, the pressure was just coming in, meaning that the pressure is real. But it doesn't stop you from taking that small step. It doesn't stop you from that small beginning, because that's actually what unlocks all the whole momentum. For Chimex, it started with having interest in ICT. And I know that he did not study anything related to ICT during his undergraduate days. Studied, I think it was in microbiology or so. So it was not related, but that interest, that small beginning, doing it. I remember all those little times he will share this, share that. I'm like, oh, is this Chimex guy that's always pasting exam timetable? That's always doing this one for us. Who is this person? I keep hearing the name, I never knew him then. But these are little beginnings. These are small things. I also remember when I went to, because I actually finished from UNN, when my money finished the first time, my parents ever gave me money. First time I was away from home. First time I was managing money by myself. Money finished in less than 2 weeks, and that money was supposed to be for 1 month. My dad said, I don't know how you're going to manage, but find your way around it. That was when the initiative came to go ahead and ask a friend, please, can you borrow me? Is it 200 naira or so? Yeah, it looked like a small money now, but it was not really small that time. And all I simply did was to go and print out, customize your shirts. I went around hostels, Mbanefo hostel, Alban hostel, even the girls hostel. I went to all the hostels, pasted the customize your shirt for just 300 naira, customize your shirt for just 3. It looked embarrassing. It was supposed to be, Atina, are you doing this? They don't understand this is me trying to survive. It didn't look like it was making sense at that point. Yeah, it's actually what I call a small beginning. But that kind of announced a lot of things. And before you know it, maybe we are seeing it, they'll say, okay, let me ask this guy, can you do this one? I can do it. I tried. They were asking, can you make awards? Can you do this other one? More and more and more and more things keep coming in. And at the end of the day, that small action, that small beginning was actually what really, really helped me through school. I can't really remember being broke in school. I can't remember. Yeah, maybe short of cash one time or the other, but I can't really remember being broke. Like, at the point my dad would say, you are not even calling to ask me for money these days. Hope everything is fine. I said, everything is fine. That money you refused to give me that time, I'm not making it. You will laugh. But those things actually really, really help. So that is actually what the first one means, which is what? Initiative. Please, if you know that you got something, just type initiative for me. If you know you got what I just explained here, go ahead and type for me initiative. Let's know that we are together. If you actually got this part very well, type initiative. Thank you very much, Daniel and Chibweze. Others, I'm waiting for you. Thank you very much, City World Engineers, for that. So that's actually what initiative can do to us. I'm not saying that it's easy. Yes, I'm saying that you can start the way you can, anyhow. Say he wasn't broken. School, please. Okay, so Chijioke said he wasn't broke in school too. Who is Chijioke? Chijioke, also you are also not broke in school. That's also amazing. Or was he always broke? I really hope I got that. Anyway, so that's actually what initiative means. We can actually take the initiative. The Sakawa Windows. Anyways, everybody have their story. We actually got it all hot at different points in time, but this is for initiative. So the second one is method. Okay, we're going to impact. This is it. Method. Better method beats harder efforts. So if you start it the way you can, you keep tweaking the method and you get it better. Okay, so you get it better. Instead of trying to make it all hard, putting all the hard effort for the fact that you are pushing wheelbarrow, making it so difficult for you to earn, or for the fact that you are doing something that is so hard. Though I'm not downplaying any of these things. No, not at all. I'm trying to say that there's always somewhere to start from, and then you can always keep making it better. Okay, so this is actually because of time, I'm not going to start sharing this story. There's actually a story of how this farmer doubled income by improving the technique. Okay, by improving the technique. That is actually how she actually was improved the number of crops by simply tweaking the technique. So I'll share something personal, and for everybody doing marketing, or for everyone selling, in fact, everyone is selling something or the other. I'm going to share it in the corporate world and also in the in the marketing world. So before I resigned, I used to have problem with my line manager every single time. Not because I don't know how to do my job, but because of a previous perception she had about people coming from UNN. That was the issue. So I didn't understand it at first. I kept wondering, why is it that whatever I do, this person is not okay with it, even when other people say they love it. So I now got to realize that my predecessors, the person before me, was always doing something, and she always made that statement. People from UNN always think that they are this way. People from this, they always think they are this way. So I now realized, okay, this is actually the problem. How do I tweak this method? Instead of fighting, you don't fight your boss, no matter how angry you are, because like it or not, at that point in life, your destiny is in their hand. At that point, I'm not saying forever. At that point, so long as you are still in that workplace, they have the right to cause a deduction for you. They also have the right to cause a suspension for you. Who will the owner believe? They always believe your line manager, not necessarily you. So yes, they might actually want to judge some things, but they always have a way of setting you up. So instead of going ahead to fight, which was what I was doing at first, I was trying to prove myself, trying to frown my face around her. I was like, okay, let's try a new method. There's no point putting in harder effort, but let's try better methods. Before the session starts, I go and meet this person. I'll say, please, I really did not like how our relationship was last session. And I know that it's because I have not learned how to work better with you. These are actually simple words. I'm not paraphrasing. I can't remember the exact word, but this is actually the concept. So this session actually wants to be a better person. So I need you to guide me. That's why you're my line manager. I would really love you to guide me. Tell me where I need to improve. Tell me what I'm not doing right. Tell me where I can, adjust things here and there. That little discussion changed everything. I could see the gladness in that. Oh, finally, you say you get such. You don't come meet me now. Yes, sometimes you have to stoop to conquer. Don't always bring in all your wisdom when you know that this is what will save you. What am I trying to say? I'm not trying to talk about method. And this whole thing changed the story. So when I was leaving, this is the same person that does not like doing what we call send forth for others. But she hosted a send forth. Like, everybody was surprised. Yeah, and this your woman that you're always quarreling with, she now hosted. She even said a lot of things, so many daring things. People are surprised, but they didn't know what happened behind the scene. I won't go and start sharing it with everybody. I'm sharing it with you now because we are here. So that's what we call, some people call it office politics, but there's a difference between office politics and eye service or whatever they call it. But those things are different. You just know how to follow the method. I'm not saying that you should become less of yourself because you want to gain favor. No, you simply submit, even if you know it, and listen. This is a method. This is in the corporate world. It works very well across every section, across every sector rather. Then when it comes to the marketing aspect, there's always people telling you, I'm not going to get this from you because your price is this. I'm not going to do this because your this thing is that. And where does it come? I always do one thing I call free delivery, especially when you are buying a certain amount. So instead of me to lose out a deal of 200,000 naira because I don't want to spend 5,000 naira for delivery, I will forgo that 5,000 naira and do that job. It doesn't take anything. The only thing is that when you are calculating, you try to factor in that delivery fee into all that stuff you are sending. Take, for example, this person is making one picture frame that costs 18,000 naira. You know that for you to send it will cost 5,000 naira. Good. This person is making 10, which is 180,000 naira. And you know, for you to send it, we still cost that same 5,000 naira. You did not tell me because of 5,000 naira, you will now forfeit that deal. No. You divide it. 5,000 naira divided by 10 is 500 naira. So you can actually, okay, let's just let it be. Or you can actually still decide to make it 18,500 naira. That way, this person feels happy patronizing you because you have removed this particular deal. This is actually what methods are. And you can keep tweaking method until you get it right. Okay? So let's move a bit faster. I just wanted us to get the first two, initiative and method. Upon that, we shall build every other rock that we'll be building. So we have persistence and then awareness. So when it comes to persistence, it's simply consistency that builds trust. Like I said, I mentioned two people here that I know that was consistent with something. At a point, I was like, okay, this person is consistent with this thing. Let's keep doing it. I can trust them with my money. I can trust them with my stuff. I can trust them with their judgment and all of that. So motivation is seasonal. Sometimes we just want to listen to motivational talk. And after the motivation, 2 days later, we are back to where we stopped. But what you do consistently, trust me, it helps to build. And sometimes we overflow consistency. Let me bring it home, closer to us. I'm going to ask a question. This is a very simple question. Nigeria, things are hard in this country. True or false? Let's try this game. Just type what comes to your mind first. This country is very difficult to make it in this country. True or false? Just type. Yes, I've gotten one. I need everybody to participate in this. This is actually something that is going to, build upon what I want to discuss. Yes, let's go ahead. Go ahead. Let's see. It's only 2 people. I need at least 5 responses. At least 5 responses. Yes. Okay, I'll start calling names now. Yes, Peter. Nnoli. True or false? Philip. True or false? Toby. True or false? Joel. True or false? Friday Judy. Friday Judy Praise. True or false? Okay. The question is, it's very difficult to really make it in this country because things are so hard in this country. True or false? True or false? Okay. I've seen all of us. Now, everybody's answer is very valid. No wrong or right answer. Reason being that we are all from different, we see life in different perspectives. So something happened this morning. I saw a video and the person said, in the next 3 seconds, I need you to spot the blue items. And the video and the picture flashed in the video. A picture flashed. And I was focused on trying to find the blue. Then after 3 seconds, the picture disappeared. I was able to point out the blue. I saw a blue pen, a blue jug, and a blue jotter. Funny enough, how I can even remember because I was focused on trying to find the blue items. Then it said, you are so focused trying to find the blue that you didn't get to see that there was a yellow cup. I'm like, really? A yellow cup? I have to rewind back. I'm like, oh my God, this is true. A yellow cup is there. And yellow is so outstanding, meaning that from any point you can actually cite yellow. But because of what I heard first, this is the instruction given to me. Find the blue. No one said, look out for the colors. It was specific. Now, many times, I've always believed that it's difficult to make it in this country. It's so hard. You try and try. Okay, like now, I've been running gym for the past how many hours? Lights disappeared for the past 2 days. I've been running gym because I know I have this training. Now, let's think about it. If I should sit down and think about all of these things, the answer for me will be true. But I heard something one day that changed a whole lot of things, which is actually where this consistency comes from. He said that any land that feeds you, don't cost that land. You don't expect what you cost to be a blessing to you. I'm not preaching here. I'm just stating obvious. You don't expect what you cost to be a blessing to you. So many times I have become consistent with when people say, man, it's so difficult. I am barely surviving. I say, yes, actually, it's difficult. But let me tell you, nothing in life really comes so easy. And I'm not saying it out of consolation for where I find myself. I'm not saying it out of consolation. I'm saying it out of what I have decided that I want to keep seeing. I want to keep seeing the possibilities. Just like I have been told from little, wait till month end. Wait till month end. So at a point, I only believe that money comes month end. Social engineering, genetical engineering, will I call it family culture engineering? But as first sons, I think we are the ones that get the heat of it. We tend to behave how we have been instructed to behave. We are not really acting based on our full capacity, not because we can't do it, but because we have been given certain instructions. We have been given certain instructions, and we consistently live out that instruction until it becomes our reality. Just like I was telling someone that I don't know how it happens, but I'm going to also try it with everybody. I actually need everybody to answer me too. But somehow, whatever I'm wishing for, that I really need, like I truly need that thing, it always comes to me. Maybe not when I want it, but it surely comes, especially at that point where I even need it the most. Has any of us experienced, or do we experience such thing? Something that you know you need, maybe a job you know that you really need, or a gig you know you really need. If just as I'm saying it, if it has happened to you, please just type yes. A job you know you really need, a gig you know you really need, admission, scholarship, one miracle you want to happen in your life, you know you really need it. It did not happen that time, but it finally happened. Has any of us experienced such thing? If you have, please just type yes. We'll be rounding up soon in case we are tired. Just type yes if you have. Okay? So that I'll know that we are together. Have anyone experienced something that you desire so much? Because you desire it that much, you get it. It comes to you. Let me be sure that you are hearing me, because I can't get any responses anymore. Let me be sure you are hearing me. Let me also be sure you are following. So let's start mentioning names. Chibueze, has any of such happened to you? Chimenonso, okay, at times. Okay, thank you, Toby. City World Engineers, has it happened to you before? That what you really desire so much, not even before, has it happened to you at least, let me say, multiple times, sometimes, every time? Olga Jewel, has it happened to you before? Peter Nolly, has it happened before? Philip, has it happened before? Okay. Has it? Okay, good. Now, what am I trying to? Okay, that means I've gotten 2 responses. That means it has actually happened. Now, what this is trying to tell us is that at the end of the day, whatever you desire so strongly, it comes to you. Maybe not when you want it immediately, maybe not how you want it, but does it finally come? Yes, it comes. Maybe not all the time. Yeah, I'm not saying that it happens 100%. Sometimes it doesn't, but most of the time it does. And that's because you are persistent in your thoughts. You are persistent in your actions unconsciously, because your thought process is revolving around it. And why am I saying this and why am I doing this? Is so that we'll get to understand that consistency is not a cliche. Just like we've been, oh, be consistent, everything's about consistency. We have overbeat that word that we don't sit down to even think about the essence of it. So once you are persistent, which is the same thing with being consistent, it actually comes in play. Okay, it pays the rent, it does all those stuff. And then at the end of the day, we also have awareness. Awareness, identity determines direction. So once you are aware, still linking it to my story, I was aware of my situation. My passion is teaching, which is actually why, if you notice, as I'm teaching this stuff, I keep mentioning names. It's actually what I love doing. But I now realized that I became more aware that I must not teach only in the classroom because it's limiting me. I can do it as a volunteering stuff, not as a full-time stuff, because it is limiting my finances. And let's be honest, practically everything needs money. You are here right now because you paid for data. If you don't have data, you can't be even in this meeting. So that means that money is also very, very important. Now we go to the next one, where we have community. You know, that's what we call brotherhood, the bro code, and all of that. But brotherhood accelerates growth. Isolation will slow down transformation completely. That's why I see men suffer silently. Then they act surprised when nobody helps. I don't know if it has happened to any of us. You know, we are always suffering silently. We don't speak out to our friends, to our bros. And then when we fall, we're like surprised because nobody came to, but nobody knows what you're going through. Nobody actually knew. And this has happened many times. I actually have male friends. Something happened one day. This friend of mine, I actually confronted him. I said, what's wrong with you? I call you, you tell me, I'll call you back. I'm busy. Do you think I'm not busy? I'm also very busy. But because I have understood something, keeping in touch does not mean that you are idle. The person that keeps in touch is not the less busy one. The person keeping in touch is doing it for themselves and also for you. For themselves, in the sense that once they know that, oh, this other person is still pushing, I will keep pushing. Doing it for you in the sense that you have that sense of someone is, someone crossed my mind, someone checked up on me, someone, stuff like that, can discuss with me. And he said that, do you know what's going on with me? I don't know you don't know what's going on this period. Recently, so and so happened. I was like, how will I know? Yeah, I know that what happened is bad, but I've been calling this like over a month. I've been trying to reach out. I send you a message, you don't respond. You tell me that you are busy. Sometimes you don't. It takes the blue tick, and men are too busy. If you notice, if this was a women's group, let's be honest, we'll have at least 40 women, and we say, women are thriving. Women are thriving more. If you go to most workplaces, it seems like women are actually the ones dominating. Do you know why? It's because they have community. And it's not something I get tired of speaking. Just like when Chimex brought this first male group, I was one of the persons that carried it on my head. I was sharing it with everybody. Oh yeah, first one, come on, join. You know that men have been groomed to not speak. Men have been groomed to go solo, to do things solo. But God did not create us like that. God loves community. And that is why we always encourage it. And that's why I've been mentioning names here, even though that I call some names, I've not seen their response. I will still call your name again. Not because of anything. I know it's not pride. No, it's not pride. It's just what we call genetic wiring and a sociocultural wiring. Not to speak up, to be there, to man up. I have some friends who say, I have something to share with you. When they tell me I have something to share with you, I'll wait. I've not heard from them. I'll call them. I said, this you want to share with me, go ahead and share with me now. Because they really don't know how to start the conversation. They don't know how to bring up their phone and just call and say, this is it. So you can take that initiative. This person actually wants to talk, but they don't know how to start. They might feel like it's embarrassing. They might feel like it's no. There's nothing like that. Let me even share something with us. Someone mistakenly added me to a female group one day, female only. And this group is for nursing mothers. Sorry, not expectant mothers. Among the things they were sharing that day, nobody tell me make I run leave the group. I was like, please, this is the wrong group for me. But they were so open. I was like, no wonder. No wonder. It seems like women seems to be getting it right. They're getting it better than men. It's not because of anything. It's because of community. You must not experience it for you to know how it feels. Just like you must not have a Ferrari for you to know how it feels to drive it. If you have a friend or you have a community of someone that have that Ferrari, you can say, bro, I want to know how it feels to drive this car. Why not? Take fire on. You zoom out. You come back. You just needed to feel it. It's not as if you need to buy it. That's the power of community. Okay? If you are following at this point, please just type for me following. If you are following, type following. Because the next one is going to be the last, and then we're going to wrap it up. So if you are following, just type for me following. All right, thank you very much. Chibueze and Joel that are following. Thank you. Thank you for following. So community is key, and it helps. It helps to reduce suffering amongst men. And I mean, so sometimes we only feel that help is financial. No, help is not only when it's financial, not at all. Sometimes you just need to know something. You just need to understand one thing. Something happened when I got married newly. I was confused for a long time. I just have to, because I have a community of friends, I have to just reach out. I said, bro, look what I'm experiencing. Look what I'm experiencing. My marriage is just 3 months. Look what I'm experiencing. And they're like, are you experiencing the same thing? Even me, I said, all of them keep quiet. Nobody great talk. So if I not speak up now, that's how all of us will be feeling that is well with the rest of us. No, now. No, it doesn't bite. Yeah, I understand that speaking out in this time and age, I'm not going to share the experience with you. It's a personal experience, bro. I can talk with you on the phone. We'll talk about it. But you're not married yet now. When you marry first, we'll talk about that. Well, 2 words. Okay, so back to the matter. But because one person spoke up, everybody like, and we spoke for more than 1 hour that day, discussing solutions to this. After that day, what I've been cracking my head, immediately walked. I'm like, so if I did not speak out, that's how we think that is normal. It's not normal. So please, community helps. You see that group, you see these first one groups, come out of your shell. Stop observing. You have a question, please drop the question. Ask. We are all men there. Ask. Yeah, so if you want to call it yourself, you can use somebody else, you can rephrase it, but ask the question. It's very okay. It helps. That's the truth. So these little things actually help. And I can keep going on and on to share about community. And the only one that is very, very, how would I put it? So what's the word? Let me say significant. Yes, very significant to me was 2018. 2018, I joined 2 WhatsApp groups. That is the power of community. Because 2018 was when I was like, okay, NYC is over. I finished NYC 2017. But 2018 seemed like, okay, I'm ready to start looking for a job now. How do I start applying? What's the next step? I've rested. Let me move on. I kept applying blindly. Nothing. I don't see. They say send your CV. I'll send CV like that. I don't know that you're supposed to add a cover letter. I don't know that you're supposed to tell your CV. All of these things. They didn't teach us in school, but community helped. And what was also community? I joined two communities, which I'm still part of that community till today. Becoming better with Chimex. This was in 2018, so I know that it's been a long time, almost 10 years now, right? I think very soon the group will be 10 years since I joined. I don't know about when they created it, but that community really, really helped. And then there's this other community of I think something with TMC. I'm no longer a member of that. It dissolved after a while. But what am I trying to say? Those things I see people doing, those things people are sharing, helped me. I keep learning, and it's formed every single thing. In fact, that was where I got the first job, and that job is what led me to my partner today. So imagine I didn't join that community, maybe I wouldn't have gotten that job. Imagine I did not get that job, maybe I wouldn't have been married by now. Imagine I'm not married by now. You know, it links. You see how these things link to our life. Little decisions. Yeah, so you need to laugh. Little decisions can actually, make big impact. And the last one is accountability partnership. Okay, accountability partnership. I know the T is not there, but it's in the partnership. So we need to be accountable. You must not be accountable to everybody, but at least one person. At least one person. I was telling my wife something the other day. She said, if your friends hear that you did this one, the way they will bash you, we bash you so much. I started laughing. I was like, that's true. That's because what do we have? We didn't mention that we're accountability partners, but because we have similar core values, I can't start discussing side chicks with my friends. I can't start discussing some things with them. It's not our core values. So accountability partner keeps you in check very, very well. And even as a first son, it's the same thing. You are unconsciously accountable to your younger ones, and they're also accountable to you. That's a fact. I know that my younger brother has so many things he's doing now. He's getting it right more than I did because I am keeping him accountable. I'm like, bro, you can actually do it this way. Look at it. This is actually the way I tried it and it worked. You can actually get it better. That is actually something like a burden on us. But since you don't have a big bro, you don't have a big bro to talk to, you have a community to talk to, you have accountability partners to talk to, just one person or two persons, you can actually reach out to them. The person must not be your friend, that's the truth. The person must not even be your friend, but someone you can just simply talk to and ask, hey, please, what do you think about this? Or what do I need to get about this? The person will ask you, how far that stuff you talked about, have you been able to get it? Have you been able to do it? Have you been able to submit the application? Like, oh, I have, I will see. But because you know that you've told it to somebody that will always keep you accountable, you just want to fire on. Okay, so let's go to the next one. Okay, tracking. I think this accountability partnership supposed to come before tracking. Somehow I swapped it, but T stands for tracking, and tracking simply means you track everything. I'm not going to explain that one very well because I've explained it earlier. I said that since 2022 till now, I can tell you that I track my finances. And aside from that, let's even move away from finances. I also track life progress. I also track my marriage. I also track this thing called parenting. I also track being a family person, which is why on my walls, I have core values, family core values is there on my wall. Or rather, is here on my wall. I also have mission and vision for our family. This helps us to keep in track. So for any single time, one or two issues comes up, unconsciously looking at that mission and vision, unconsciously looking at the core values, draws us back, and the kids will grow with it. They now get to see that, oh, it's actually one of our core values is communication, openness in communication. Communicate. I have boys, and I'm a first boy. I'm a first child, first son. So I know what it means when you don't live in an environment where you can openly communicate. It brings about a lot of things. Children getting raped, both boys, both girls, they can't speak up because you didn't build a home that encourages open communication. I came from a home where we can practically discuss everything with our dad. Practically, my dad can tell you all the girls that I ever had interest in. That's openness in communication. And if you see my dad, you'll be like, is your dad a pastor? That's what everybody keep asking me because of how disciplined and all of that. So it actually helped a lot. For the fact that you are disciplined does not mean that you will not say the truth. That was only my mom when my dad asked the question, how is your girlfriend? My mom now said, look at what you're asking. I'm speaking it in English now because we speak Igbo. You're asking about girlfriend. He said, obviously. I said, mom, once you get to this certain age, you have a girlfriend. It's now how you define that girlfriend that makes the difference. So I know I have 4 sons because we have 4 boys, and I know that they are attracted to the opposite sex. They are all grown. This is when we're in university. So I can't start denying the fact that they don't have anybody they're interested in. So what did that help us to do? Openness. That's what we call tracking. So you're actually tracking things, track your life, track the people you are responsible for. Because you at the point, as a first son, like it or not, you are consciously or unconsciously responsible for your siblings, responsible for your immediate family, responsible for your kids, responsible for your parents at some point. You are responsible for all these people, whether you like it or not. So you have to keep in track. You have to track them. Till date, I still call my parents once in a while. Oh, visit my home. Come to my home. Come and stay for 1 week. We'll discuss that period they come around. We'll sit. I'll make sure that we discuss. I'll make sure that I ask them things. That's keeping track of everybody, even yourself. And in turn, they'll also keep track of you. Okay? So at this point, we have what we call the thinking heart reflection. You should ask yourself, what should I start? If you feel like you're not getting it right, ask yourself, what should I start? This was me in 2022, December. I asked myself, what should I start? I'm not comfortable with my present life. I'm not okay with what is happening. And this is also me in 2026, 3 years later. I don't like the present level I am in. I want to so and so. You can ask Chimek. Sometimes I'll just drop a message. I say, I want to do this. I'm not expecting his response. So I'm not saying that he should do it for me, but I'm just dropping the message there just to let you know that in case you hear about any of such, I am interested. I also reach out to most of my friends too. I'm like, I want facilitating gigs. I want this and so. I'm not saying it because they are going to give it to me, but because unconsciously, they know what I want. Their silent prayers are with me. For the fact I'm telling them, it means that I have said it to the world and the world listens. So what should you start? What are you afraid of? Write it out. What can go bad? Write it out. And let's do it anyways. What is the benefit if it works? For me, I stated it. The benefit, if what I'm going to start at that time works, is that I will resign from my job. I will have time for my family. I will not come back and every day and see that my son have slept off and I'm still awake. Sorry, I'm coming back when he has slept off. I'm leaving when he's still sleeping. Practically, I'm not there. Is that the kind of life I want? No, I want to be a present dad. I want a situation whereby I can be my work can be flexible to an extent. So that's the benefits for me. So ask yourself, what's your own benefits? And then what's your first step in 48 hours, because it's not enough to just listen to this. It's not enough to just pretend this. It's not enough to just play it and go. Ask yourself, what's the next step in the next 48 hours? What's that one small thing that you need to start doing? What's that one small thing you need to start doing in the next 48 hours to get it? I'm not saying to get it right immediately, but to start getting it right, okay? Because this is our reality. The fear of visible failure. Many first sons are scared of failure. But the fact they are scared of it does not mean that you will not try now. You will try. We fail now. We fail, we try again. Silent expectations. Even though nobody is saying that, it's your responsibility to take care of this bill. It's your responsibility to take care of this particular thing. It's your responsibility to do this particular stuff. Silence. There is this silent expectation from family members, from your own immediate family. Then there's urgency for big success. This is me. I'm talking to myself right now. As I said, this is not I'm just facilitating. But this is me. There's always that urgency for big success. I'm able to say, babe, calm down. It will come. Count all the things you've been able to do, this. I'm like, okay, it's true. So that urgency for big success comes. You're not the only one feeling it. It happens to all of us. Okay, but then just know that you need to keep tracking all the things you are doing so that you can always go back to it and see that you're actually making progress. That's the truth. The small beginnings always feels uncomfortable. This thing I'm doing, does it make sense? It happens to me, or this is me. I'm talking to myself right now. Am I really, is this thing scalable? Is it something that will be sustainable in the next 5 years? Is this going to pay the bills? Can you do this? If this thing comes up, can I use it to, I keep asking the questions. And then my head will get filled up. And my hair will get rumpled. And white hair will start coming out by force. Because of all of these things. But it's the reality and we can't change it. But sharing it with you so that you know that it happens to every one of us. Okay? But at the end of the day, your confidence, your skill, your visibility, and trust people have in you will bring forth opportunity and it's going to give you freedom. Okay? Just like I explained my story from the beginning. So, hope this helps us. And at this point, we are supposed to do a deep reflection, but just write this down, write it down somewhere. Ask yourself, what small action is calling me? What is that small action that is calling you at this point? It might not look like it's, but write it down. What was that small action? So where could you be in the next 12 months if you start that little thing today? Just that small thing today. If you can put it down, it's going to help you. Okay? Then I'm going to do a follow-up in the group, what we'll call the 7 days challenge and accountability. Where you just need to pick, you can screenshot this part if you want to, but you need to pick one small change. Okay? Just one small change. You can write it down, paste it anywhere you want. Stay consistent for just 7 days. Don't even go beyond that. You can actually go beyond that when you start. But growth is faster in brotherhood. So after this training, I need you to reach out to one person in the group, or just one person. Reach out to one person, okay? Just one person. Send them a message. It can be a hi message. Hey, bro, what's up? Did you enjoy the webinar? Did you attend? Why didn't you attend? Why didn't you come? What happened? Just a message. And that's where I stop, okay? If at this point you're still following me, just let me know. And I drop my hat here. Thank you very much. I will mute my mic. Please, if you have anything to say, any question to say, any question to ask, please feel free to ask. We are supposed to end by 10 o'clock, but I'll be giving us a whole lot of time to ask questions. Before 10, we can end.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Atinu, for this. I'm very, very grateful. I'll still open the mic for those who have questions.
Thank you. So please, you have a question, you can raise up your hand, you can ask. We are here to rub minds together. Okay, Toby. Yeah, you have the floor. Please go ahead and ask.
All right. My Oga at the top, sir. Thank you so much for this wonderful session. In fact, I was recounting what God has done for me this year, and I think being in this community is actually part of them. And yeah, to my question, sir, you made mention of tracking finances, tracking your daily activities, and blah blah blah. What measure did you put in place to actually get that done? Because of a truth, what you asked us to do the other time, that a number of us will check our transaction history and we see that a huge sum of money has passed through our account, and we cannot even account for that kind of money. So how were you able to actually document and also actually get disciplined in line with finance, and also track your daily activities so that you can actually get better? Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. So I'll start with the first one. I mentioned that I attended a training in 2022. It was a 30 days challenge. This actually why I say power of community. I have never been someone, I have always known that this works. I've always known that I should do this thing, but I'll do it one day, the next day, maybe I'll do it 3 days, I'm tired. But when I open that community, I'm like, everybody say, I was able to find out that this is what is taking my money. I'm like, what am I now doing with my life? Why am I not even, what is hard in doing this thing? I'll carry my phone, type it. I used to use a worksheet, then there was an app, and before you know it, it becomes a part of you. That's why I asked that question from the beginning. How many of us brush today? No matter how we are rushing out to leave the house, somehow we remember. And when we forget by any means, we will look for a quick fix. For me, I might go and buy TomTom. God, I beg. I will not even want to talk because I'm used to my mouth feeling fresh. So any day I don't do that, brushing, it means that something is wrong. And then for daily activities, that's what I call reflection. And that is why every single day, you just choose what works for you. Choose a time when nobody is disturbing you. For me, it's early morning. I wake up early. Sometimes I wake up as early as 5 o'clock, sometimes 4 o'clock. And that time, I will not sit down to think about my life. Unconsciously, I'm not thinking about my life in a worrisome way. I'm thinking about my life in a way that, okay, what is that thing I say I'm supposed to do that I'm not done? Then another thing that works very easy for me, I have notes. Everybody have notes in their phone because I don't know how to write, simply because I always misplace notes, papers. I'm not good at writing paper. I might just throw it away, but I make use of my phone notes a lot. So every day that I know I have a lot of things to do, I do what I call checklists. So I just put a checklist. Even right now, if I open my notes, I'll see the checklist of yesterday. And that checklist simply means the things I want to do. So anyone I do, I'll just check it. Anyone I do, I'll just check it. Look at it here. Picture edit for gifts, Sarah, favor, checklist, I've done it. Cut frames, I've not done that one. You see? So I'm able to track that I've not done that. I started it, I didn't finish it. So I obviously did not do it. Set up page for adverts, blah, 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 done. Cut wood, I did not do it because it was supposed to be with the frame. Shoot that video with scripts, I did not do it because it was supposed to be early morning. But look at the checklist, is helping me now. If I go back to that checklist, I'm like, I did not do these things. So for the fact that I not do it does not mean that I failed. But the ones I did, take wood and glass and this to so and so person and give to this dispatch, I did it. So by that alone, at a glance, I can see how my day went. What I did not do, I can carry it over to the next day. And then for family, I stated it simply. One thing, I'm not saying that you should be keeping track of your family every day, and this family can extend to you. You are a family of your own. You yourself, complete to be. You are a family. You're the man, you're the everything right now. I consciously put that stuff there. It has always been there since we got married in 2021. I sat down and said, babe, what do you think will be our core values? Why did I do that core values? Because I've attended a lot of leadership trainings. And one thing that always stands out is core values. Core values helps you to go back and say, am I actually going outside what I'm supposed to be doing? Is this unnecessary? Even aside from core value, we also have KPI. So KPI also, that's in the workplace now. KPI also helps you to know if you're actually doing the job you're supposed to be doing or you're doing something else. Are you doing agile work? This is not my KPI. Because nobody's going to reward you for it. Because, oh, this one is my KPI. Let me do it. Do you understand? I believe that this answers your question. Does it, sir?
Yes, it answered my question. Can you hear me?
Yeah, very clearly.
Yeah, it answered my question, but I was actually looking at you giving or you assisting with a more practical response with tracking
Okay.
finances. You went on a 30 days challenge, blah 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 like that. So I don't know. I don't know
Okay.
if it's possible for us to have the same in this community, so that
Okay.
can actually help us be prudent with our
Okay.
finance also.
Okay. Great. Chimex, your hand is up. Please. You want to
Okay.
contribute to that?
Okay. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Clearly, I can.
Yes, sir.
I believe all that
So
can.
the 30 days money management challenge we talked about, I was the one that taught it. So, and what that challenge was about is just to give you a task to do every day for 30 days. And we had an app we used then. It's called Spending Tracker. That's the name of the app, Spending Tracker. That was the app we used then to do the challenge. Though I still personally use the app. And I now created an app where it will be giving you the challenges every day for 30 days in such a way that it
I think we stopped
are
hearing
using
you.
the
Please, can anyone hear Chimex speaking? From my end, I can't hear him. Okay, I think his network went poor. Okay, so let me just pick up before he comes up. What he was trying to explain is the 30 days challenge. Yeah. And that 30 days challenge was a task he organized in 2022. He also organized one, I think last year, December. Was it December or February? No, sorry, was it December or November? But one of those months I still joined. And at the end of the day, it's a task. Every day you are given a task to do. That task might be, take for example, one of the tasks I remember very well is write down one thing that you spend money on every day. That today you're not going to spend money on that thing. Just try not to spend money on that thing and see how you feel. Some people are saying, my own is pure bliss. Some people say, is this biscuit? Some people are like mentioning, their own is transport. That is not something they cannot do without. No, it's something you can actually do without. That you should write it down. That's one of the tasks I remember. So there are so many tasks. And recently he launched an app. That app, there's also a group for that. That particular app shows you everything. It has the automated task. So you are the one doing it every day. So it helps you to keep yourself accountable. And you are being able to use that spending tracker. Like that spending tracker, for example, it's free. You can go on what's it called? Play Store, Apple Store, whichever store you're using, download it. Very easy to set up. Just type in what you spent, type what you get. It's very easy to use. Very, very easy to use. Okay. So please, any other question? Toby, is it more practical now? Did you get it clear now?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
Can you hear me
All right.
now?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Your network
I'm
disappeared.
I'm sorry. I had network problem then. I had network problem then. So what I was trying to say, I think Atino have said it all. I built an app that can help you record your finance, and I also have another group just for finance and investment. But I try to separate when I talk about the First Sun Summit. I don't talk about my personal business so that it won't look like I'm using it to advertise my personal businesses, right? But I have like three major groups. This First Sun Summit is one of them. I have another one, Becoming Better with Teamwork. That one is just for job and applications. I still have another one for money, just money. We talk about money only. So that's where I talk about those things. But the app that I built, I've posted it in the group for free. It's a free app. Just you can use it to keep record of your money. And the one he talked about, money um, spending tracker. I've been using that one since 2018, I've been 16 to keep record of my finance. So I can tell you how much I've made or spent since 2016. That's the importance of those small changes that they are talking about. Small changes, big impact. So thank you, Atino, once more. That's all from my end, though. Well done. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So I believe that with this, we've gotten at least one thing, one value. Um, and if there's any other question, okay, someone say, how do we get to these communities? Just send him a message. Send a message directly to Chimex. And like he said, these are things that you can just chat him up. And remember our task for today, everybody. At the end of this part, just reach out to one person. Oh, were you able to attend? Why didn't you attend? The replay is going to be there. You can actually watch it. Have you gone through it? Just ask one question, one person. It's going to help. That is one action plan or one action point that will help to break that that yoke of men always being on their own. I don't want to talk. Please let's talk. It helps. Okay. Any other question at this point, or we can call it a beautiful night because this is already few minutes to 10.
All love truly brings is hardship and sorrow.
Yeah, I think someone is trying to say something.
No. Yeah, it's just me. I just want everybody to clap for Atino. Just give him a clap. If you really learned a lot, give him a clap. I want you to know that we are not paying him for what he's doing tonight, and it can be your own turn tomorrow to actually teach us. The aim is not just for us to learn, also to build capacity among us men in a way that we can be able to handle facilitation, handle leadership, handle classes like this. Because I want to bet you that if you are to pay for what he taught us tonight, is not worth 10,000. It's not really what people pay for big master class as much as 50,000 naira. And if you know any other first son who you want to also gain from what we've taught tonight, tell them about our group to join. I don't benefit anything. I don't benefit anything like benefit for us to be here, just for us to be better people in the society. Because if we can't make it big to go and contest for presidency and all that, it's from smaller communities like this that we can build better men in the society. So tell somebody about the First Sun Summit. Any First Sun you know, let them not be an efulefu. There's what we call efulefu in Igbo. Somebody that does not have a purpose of living. So don't allow any person around you to be an affiliate. If you tell them about what we do, it's just once a month. It's not as if we facilitate every day or every week. And we are not doing donation. We are not doing fundraising. We are not telling anybody to come and borrow money or come and give money. No. I'll be the last person that will tell you that. And any day that matter is raised up, we'll close the group. So thank you very much for coming. Thank you for tonight. We'll meet again in March, last Saturday in March, for another topic which we are going to select in the group. So if you have a topic you want us to talk about, put it up in the group. We'll pull everything together and everybody will vote the way we voted for the topic that we handled today. Then we'll start looking for facilitators. So that being said, thank you very much for coming tonight. The recording will be available. We are going to share the link to the recording in the next one, before the next 1 hour. And you can also share to other persons to listen to. Thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone. Have a good night rest. Please don't allow any person to be an influence. Just like one of my uncles said that most persons he has met, they're always useless. Please, I have met many persons and they're not useless. Don't allow anyone that is the person to be useless. Let no pressure kill anybody. Have a good night rest and bye.